Good morning, families, friends, colleagues, and such. I hope you all having a great morning today. This is Ty coming at you from Modern Day Renaissance Man's page. I got asked a question: where are all the good black men? And this came about a discussion that I had at work with pretty much a lot of black females and some black males. They were all kind of in this discussion, and they all just said, "Well, let's see what Tylen think because he's been married for 17 years, so he should know a little something about this." And really, when it comes down to it, I think that a lot of them didn't really want, not that they didn't want to really hear what I said, but they didn't think that I was going to come at them the way that I did. So it was mainly females, anywhere from the age of, they were all in their mid-20s all the way up to the age 50. And they were saying that pretty much they had this thing about how most black men are. And, coming into this, I told them I wanted them to think about something. For one, we already coming in with strikes against us. We're deadbeat dads. We're dogs. We're in jail. We're thugs. We're gay. We still in our mama house. That's pretty much what a lot of females get about most black men. And pretty much when it all comes down to it, there really ain't no such thing. It's not that there's not any black men. I just told them they just looking in the wrong places, And not only that, what is it that they want? Like, all of them, I asked them this. I said, let's just say, if you got that man, he works, taking care of business, he's good to you, doing everything that a man should be. Is that really what they want? Or have they been told that's what they want? A lot of them didn't even know that a good man is what they even really want. They just been told that that's what they're supposed to want, and wouldn't even know what to do with it if they had it. So, once again, I told you, come in with these preconceived judgments on black men. We already got those strikes going against us. So I'm going to address something that kind of hit them from a crazy angle, especially ones that are, most of them all claim to be, Christian women, So here's the thing. I told them, I asked them, better yet, if they believed in the Bible. They said that they did. Okay, so I said, well, tell me what it means in the scripture when it said, therefore shall a man leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife. They all know it, but nobody really thought about it. It said, therefore shall a man leave his mother and his father and cleave to his wife. So that already shuts out the whole thing that's amongst all, not all, but most black women, amongst all blacks, is that, girl, he still stay with his mama. You gonna get with him and he stay with his mama. Girl, he still stay with his mom and his daddy. Well, the Bible clearly was saying that this man was still with his mom and daddy, and he left to go cleave to his wife. So that kind of made people get a little quiet when I brought that up, because once again, who is it that came up with these notions or came up with this idea that any grown man is supposed to be out of his parents' house? At the same time, they really don't put too much pressure on the women if they're still in the house with their mom, So that's one thing that really has to be thought about before you go in there with these preconceived judgments, or these preconceived ideas of what a black man should be. I got 2 sons right now, and both of them plan on going to college and doing good for themselves. Now, if you ask me, are you going to put your sons at the house? No, my sons are going to stay with me as long as they want to, unless they decide they just want to get out on their own, But other than that, they're going to stay in my house, and same thing, and I teach them that, you can get a job, you can get a career, you can finish college, you still can stay in the house, still going to be house rules and all that. They're going to be grown men and all, but at the same time, if they don't want to abide by the rules that's in my house, they can easily go and live elsewhere. But I doubt if it's going to come to that to where they're going to be disrespectful. They want to abide by the rules of my house. But my whole point in saying all that is that I told them that they can stay in my house until they decide that they want to get married. They get married, yeah, you and your wife, y'all go find y'all spot, become a family just like we did. But other than that, I'm not going to kick my sons out the house saying, it's time for you to get out the house and go learn and be on your own. Those type of things, that's pushed amongst our society. You know what's really funny about that is that almost all my white colleagues and friends, that's not even pushed amongst them and their family. It's not even talked about, not even thought of. But why is it so prominent amongst blacks? I really don't know. But at the same time, it happens. We're expected, girl, he still stay with his mom, he still stay with his daddy, or girl, he still stay with his parents. You shouldn't be giving a bite like him, making it like he's a deadbeat. Now, in my case, if it was like me, I go to college on a scholarship, go to med school, come out with physical therapy, specializing in kinesiology, cytology, health coach, and if I was not married to my wife right now, I would most likely still be staying with my mom. You just think about this. I graduated from college, got a great career. I go and I still stay with my mom. I'm helping her on her bills, so it's benefiting both of us during that time being. Let's just say if my mom she just paying her mortgage, and I just tell her, okay, well, I'm gonna take care of the electric and the gas and the water. So that means, for one, I'm gonna be paying something cheap to be staying in my mom's house. Two, all she's gonna have to worry about is paying her mortgage. Now, depending on what career you go into, let's just say you come out, at $60,000 a year, and all I'm paying is, gas, electric, and water. Max what, $300-$400 max. I'm paying that monthly. But yet at the same time, I might be paying, I'll be paying for my food as well too, but it's not going to compare nearly to as much as me paying, nowadays, $800 to $1,200 for a one-bedroom apartment while paying the electric, while paying the water, while paying gas and sewer, So to me, I think it'd be far more beneficial that if I got out of college, I remained in my mom's house paying all the bills, because at the same time, I'll be stacking a ton of money up off to the side that I can be saving for that future wife that I'm going to have. So when I do finally get with her, I want to go buy this house, I can just put however much down I need, and possibly, depends on how long you do stay with your parent, you can end up having enough money to actually just go flat out and buy the house. You can pay for your own wedding. I mean, you can do it's so many avenues you can go down with this if you do it this way. So yeah, with my sons, or even like youth that I teach, I encourage them, even the guys. No, you go to college, yeah, you can go back and stay in your mom's house, help take care of your mom, or vice versa if it's your mom and your dad, let's say parents, but go back there and stay. It's going to help out, and at the same time, it's going to help you stack up and build money. Which, with all that being said, it leads me to my next point. And that point is money when it comes to relationships. The world is messing a lot of people up with this whole thing that in order for us to be compatible, we got to be compatible as far as education-wise. I don't know where that came from. I mean, and once again, this is actually pushed amongst both, spectrums or most races, but I see it in a lot of black movies more than I do anything else. Girl, you gonna get with him? He work at a car wash and you got your Ivy League education. What does he have to offer you? Where in the world does it say that relationships is based on something that somebody has? A relationship is about, friendship, loving one another, building one another, pushing one another to better opportunities, things like that. For instance, let's just say this. I always tell people, God was the one who created the marriage, okay? So I can't imagine that when Adam and Eve both came along, I guess y'all trying to see what I'm getting. I don't know where any of that is important, because in the end, what sense do it make? Okay, you got your college degree, he has his college degree, y'all both got good careers, but he beats you. And let's just say we turn around the other way, she, verbally abuses and cut you down, but both y'all got your education. See, the education or income has nothing to do with the relationship. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. So that's why a lot of things get pushed the wrong way on people. So many relationships are ruined right from the beginning. So many people might have missed out on a mate that they might have possibly been able to be completely compatible with for the rest of their lives, ruin it because of these preconceived things that you already want, like a resume. What type of job do you have? Did you go to college? How much money do you make? All these things are being set forth before a relationship can even start. When you think about it, it's actually pretty crazy. What is a relationship? A relationship is between a man and a woman, in my opinion. That's my opinion. And with that being said, I don't have any idea what anything like job or anything has to do with how we treat one another, how we love one another, how we take care of one another. It has nothing to do with that. Matter of fact, do you think about it? When you get married, there's nothing in the wedding vows that say anything like, I promise to already be educated or already have a certain amount of income. No, it talks about love, being faithful, being loyal, taking care of each other in the good, in the bad, through sickness, through health, you know, for richer or poor, you know. But it doesn't say anything in there like, you know, you got to have these preconceived resumes of what this mate should be like. So I'm telling you right now, a lot of people can be missing out on a good relationship, a good lifetime with a partner, wife, husband, because they base it off of income or their education, you know. So once again, to me, it doesn't make sense, you know. It just doesn't make sense. Why in the world would you want to have an idea that before you can even know this person, you want to know how much money they make or if they went to college or not, you know? Like I said, I know a lot of people right now that don't have educations at all, college-wise. They graduated high school, but they got jobs and work and took care of each other and love each other and still married to this day. And I have people that did the right thing, went to school, got phenomenal careers, but they don't have no relationship. And what's funny is that you notice that that's pushed mainly amongst black women. I have never in my life seen so much positive push for black women to go after those things. Girl, you don't need no man. You can take care of yourself. You can do all this. You can do all that. Having no idea that all that is just preset, so there can be just a failure for the continuance of this race. You know, what they don't tell you is that by the time you do all those things that they want you to do, girl, get that career, get your master's, and then work for 4 or 5 years possibly. Now you can go look for a man. But usually by that time, you usually around in your mid-30s and all that, which most of the time it puts you at a high pregnancy risk, which means most likely you won't be recreating. They don't tell you that though. But you don't see anything like that with them pushing a lot of men, do you? You don't see a lot of things with commercials or even programs to where they're actually pushing black men to do better. But they are pushing black women. And it's actually pretty much proven there are way more women in college, black, than there is men. There are way more black women that has lucrative careers than there are black men. Why is that? They're pushed to do it. But at the same time, they find themselves being lonely. It's a huge lie, a big lie, when they tell you you don't need a man. You know, you can take care of yourself. You don't need this, you don't need that. But then at the same time, you going home to an empty house all by yourself. And at the same time, if that's a gift, you know, if actually being in a relationship is something that's just not you, then hey, go for it. But that's not. I'm not addressing those people. I'm addressing the ones that actually want to be in a relationship, but they can't be in one because the man that they're looking for, they want him to be compatible with them on the same economic or same educational level, and that doesn't even matter, you know. So that's my take on that for right now.